Hey YouTube, welcome to Trevor's Vinyl World. Hope everybody's doing well. I want to show everyone this is a truck at my work that someone has, and I think it would be a perfect used truck for hauling big vinyl record collections. Not huge, but I mean something that like is economical. Maybe it gets okay gas mileage, and I'm thinking that it could maybe, I don't need something to haul like 20,000 pounds, but I do need something that can tow, like, I want to say, I looked it up once and I feel like maybe every 4 LPs weighs a pound. I'd have to look it up again. At one point I had the exact measurements and all that stuff down. But I want to say, like, let's say you buy, 2,000 records or 1,000 records from someone. It doesn't weigh a lot, but it's got something to it, and you wouldn't want to just put it like in like in the back of this truck. Like, I would want something that could tow, even just a couple thousand and not have an issue with the tires or whatever. So I really like this truck here. If you can see it, I want to say it's like a 2010 to 2012 Ford Ranger, either XLT or there's like an off-road one. I really like these trucks. It just has an extended cab, 2 doors. You're not going to get great gas mileage, but I think it's also, if it's running good, it's not going to kill you. I want to say if it's got like 100,000 or more miles on it, you could get one for like maybe $12,000-$13,000. But anyways, I just thought I'd show that. I really like that truck, and like, I have an Equinox, and I could hook I have a tow hitch thing, but boy, I think there'd be issues. Like, even if I just towed, like, okay, let's say I hook, what do you call it, up? But it, like, let's say I have, I can't even think of it now. But anyways, I just think that with an Equinox, like a trailer, there we go. I think if I hooked a trailer up to this onto the tow hitch, even if I had like different tires, I could maybe tow like a lawnmower or something like that. But you really shouldn't use your car or truck to the total limit. Like, in other words, if that truck, if its towing capacity is 2,500, which I'm hoping it would be more like 3,000 or 4,000, that's something I would look into before I like bought one. Is I would want one that, like, a truck that just can tow, like, 3,000 or 4,000 pounds without a major issue. And I wouldn't be using it for that often. And then most of the time, maybe you're using another vehicle. Like, if I know I'm just buying 100 records from you, then obviously I could take my Equinox or whatever. But if I know that you have like 1,500 records and I'm going to have like boxes and boxes, I don't think I'd want to just put it like even in the way back of that truck. I think I'd want to haul it. So just something, I've been eyeing this guy's truck a couple times. Me and my dad both like look at people's cars. I always have respect for other people's vehicles. I've always loved vehicles. I fantasize about having a Camaro one day or a C8 Corvette. And then that's just like my summer car. And then this is like if I'm balling. And then, like, I really love Chevy Trailblazers. But I also would like just something that's like my record hauler, so that, like, when I'm talking to someone and I end up buying a record collection and they have like 2,500 records, plus they have a couple turntables and they have a stereo, and all of a sudden I'm like, I never want to show up to someone and then I can't get it because I can't haul it. I think that if you're going to be in the business of buying record collections at all, you have to be ready, because you might go to a garage sale or an estate sale or something, and you you want to be prepared, because even if it's only once a year, if you have the ability to buy thousands of records for, you know, sometimes, you know, 10 cents a record or whatever, like what you want to do is find that lady that just doesn't give a shit, you know. Obviously you don't want someone coming after you later because, you know, they weren't like they were like her ex-husbands or whatever. But no, I really like that truck. That's exactly, because I feel like I like Chevy Silverado 4 doors and F-150 Fords and Dodge Rams, but they're just so big. And yes, I have a garage, but like, man, you park a truck in your garage and there goes most of your garage. So I would rather have like maybe you even put a canopy or something right by your garage, and then like if you already have 2 cars, like my dad has a car and I have an Equinox, so maybe if I had like a truck too, then you just park that on the side of the house under like a canopy or something, but at least it doesn't take up that much room. But yeah, I like little trucks like that. I don't like them to be too little, but that's perfect because it has the extended cab. So like, let's say someone's rolling with you or whatever, there's at least a back seat. So yeah, shout out to some stranger's truck. There's also a lady here who drives a pink Camaro. So other than that, I'm not going to put too many of my coworkers' cars on YouTube. But I mean, I'm not showing their plate or anything, so it's all private. But no, nice truck. I've actually never owned a real truck. I've had SUVs, I've had sedans, never even had a sports car. I did have a Chevy Impala that I loved. I hated the flex fuel on it though. This was like when they were just coming out with like the new Impalas where you could put the 85 corn-based gas in them. And I want to say that's still what some people do. Only I think you can put unleaded regular 87 in it and not have issues. But like the Impala I had, I want to say it was like maybe 2010 or something like that. And it encouraged you to put the 85, which is cheaper, but it burned really fast. So I felt like I got horrible gas mileage. The Equinox I have is a 2020. It has a turbo, and I didn't realize that I have to put 91 premium gas in it for it to run really good. And you should always follow the instructions. Like if your car prefers a certain kind of gas, you should not, you know, go against that. I've always been a believer in that. But I like my Equinox. It gets the job done for getting me to work, and it has all-wheel drive option. So it's just not a record hauler. So I would like to eventually get something that isn't my daily driver, but it would be something that, you know, isn't a huge truck, but it also... the only other thing I would think about is maybe there's like an SUV that, like my dad has an Acadia, and I feel like maybe that could tow 3,000 to 4,000, but at the same time, I would definitely do more internet research before I actually did it, because if the towing capacity on the vehicle you're using, like let's say it's 6,000, and you push it to like, hey, I could tow this, it's 5,400 or whatever, you shouldn't push your vehicle to the limit. That's when bad things could happen. And so yeah, just wanted to, yep, so there's a truck I really like for record hauling. Let me know in the comments if you think you have a vehicle recommendation that would be economical, but something to buy to haul, you know, just something that is like, you know, maybe 3,000 pounds or less, because records don't weigh a lot, but boy, when you get like 1,500 or 2,000 of them and you add a trailer and you add other things, it starts to add a little weight. So shout out to everybody. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and talk at you later. Thanks.